Hi, my name is Dr. Canaan Van Williams of the ProActive Realty Income Funds, the ProActive Funds. We're social impact affordable housing. Today is February the 28th, 2024. I'm here at the fantastic UMH Park, 100 Citrus Circle, formerly 100 Banachet Circle. This is the park that we sold to Affordable Housing Group UMH, Social Impact Company, in August of 2022. This is our follow-up. This is 16 months later, and I'm proud to announce that UMH has kept with affordability. They kept lot rents low. They have not increased prices. They brought in new housing. They've created a huge social impact element here. They're putting in a clubhouse. They're landscaping. They're making lots of improvements. As you can see, we have cement pads, driveways, rules. UMH has allowed ProActive to retain 10 houses in this particular community. We're the only company or individuals that they've allowed to sublease in any of their communities. They own 25,700 spaces across the United States, and we're very proud to partner with and be a part of UMH and a vision. And we're very excited about the affordable housing that they've maintained and continue to create here in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Hi, my name is Steve. I'm currently working for the ProActive Realty Group for Van Williams. My previous employer in Las Vegas was the previous owner of this property. Working for the man, this property was a thorn in the company's side. We could not find anybody to purchase the property, and there was a stack of code enforcement violations at least an inch thick. This was a problem property. The town of Orangeburg was on the verge of taking the property away from the previous owners. I'm happy now to work for ProActive Realty. My previous owner would not let me be myself. Mr. Williams and the company don't criticize me for being me. I'm a proud member of the gay community, and I love working here.
I had found this community through Facebook because they were one of the affordable housing communities, and that was a big benefit to me when I left Minnesota out of a domestic abuse relationship. And when I got down here, it was great because they helped me find a job and helped me for every resource that I needed when I had the questions for them.
We were new to the area, and we were really running into issues of discrimination and everything. My wife and I, with 2 kids, finding affordable housing. It was either outside of our pay range, what we could afford. And then we came across Dr. Van and the ProActive group on Facebook, and he was able to get us into very affordable housing that we're now paying for on our own. My wife, myself, and our 2 kids, you know, they're happy, they're thriving, and we are paying and to own our own home finally.
My name is Denyce W. I live down here on 21 Skip Drive. Been here for 50-some years. I think 1961 I moved in here. Seen a lot of improvements being made already, and hopefully it just keeps on going. We need some street lights real bad. Well, what they have done so far, one thing they have done was mowed a lot of grass, got stuff cleaned up, got the lots cleaned up. A lot of people just needs a little bit of a nudge here and there just to get things going, but so far there's been a lot of cleaning going on, and redding up and making things look a little better. It looks a lot better already, so hopefully we're going to get something going here. Yeah, my top priority is probably the potholes in the road. They're just a little bit oversized right now. They need a lot of attention, and the street lights. We need street lights for probably close to 20 years. Probably we haven't any street lights. So the new owners, they claim like they're going to fix that too. So we'll see. I have a lot of hope and a lot of confidence in them. So they sound real positive so far. So we'll see what happens. Yep.
My name is Kevin Buckles. My wife and I moved in here a little over a year ago. We're buying a double wide, and when we first moved in, this park was like, yeah. Well, since the new owners took over, they've actually started making a lot of improvements, even though there's a lot to go yet. And they say that they're going to do certain things, and by God, they're doing it. This is my better half.
A lot of big change. We've had several different owners, and they haven't, kept up on keeping the park well, with roads and everything. And these people here have only been here maybe a month and a half, and there's been a lot of change. Bringing in new homes, tearing down ones that have been here for years that haven't been done. So we want to make sure that, children don't get hurt if they come in. The last manager we had lived in New York and never came in, and he had 2 different managers, and both of them never came down. You'd have to call them if you had a water break or anything. You'd have to call them, and it'd be a week before they get to it. One time I didn't have water for 4 days, but yeah, these people, right away, if I call, they check it out right away.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Will Jr. I'm the park maintenance manager here. I take care of the water. I check it 4 times a week, and another guy checks the rest. We come down here, we check each hose here, pour it in a jar, and put some chlorine in there to check it, make sure. Then we write it down on the paper to keep track of everything. This is how we make sure the water's good here to drink and for all the residents here. It would be nice to upgrade. We're doing some work in this park to upgrade to make everybody want to live here and make the park come back alive now. There's a lot of work to be done here, but give it time, it'll be a nice park.
I met Dr. Van through Facebook Marketplace. I was going through financial hardship due to the fact that I just took a pay cut at my job due to a company buying it. Me and my family were looking at being homeless. I have 3 kids, and I was in a really tough spot to try to get in a place because there were so many hoops that people wanted me to jump through in order to get there. Dr. Van came up with a solution that was affordable to me and my family, and you could tell that he cared when I talked to him, so it wasn't just like he was trying to get money from me to get me in a place. He wanted to make sure that I had the means to pay my rent in the future, and that it was something that I was happy with. I've met a few homeowners in a few places that haven't been willing to help me, and this is definitely the most affordable solution I've found and the most flexible solution.
SCARLETYOUNGMAN.
Awesome. And, Jackie, if you wouldn't mind, just maybe tell me a little bit about a bad situation that you were in before, and then how Dr. Van managed to help y'all get out and what you're doing now.
Yeah, so basically Corey and I had recently got evicted, and then shortly after that he lost his job, and we were both homeless. We had no transportation. We weren't able to keep our daughter. She had to stay with my grandparents, and we hadn't seen our boys in about 6 or 7 months, so it was pretty bad. Thanks to Mr. Williams, we were able to, we now have our daughter back full time, and we have our boys this weekend, and we'll have them for spring break and all summer. So we're very grateful, very thankful. He gave us a great opportunity.
When you come into communities like this, it's important to build community, to create a community where others saw blight or others saw, no hope, to build communities, to involve the residents that are there, to engage local people for local jobs, and to directly address our sustainable development goals, clean water, sanitation, wastewater treatment facilities, residents to have affordable housing, low income, lower income residents, and to really create social impact and measurable outcomes. Oh, we choose our buyers with intention. So when we sold to UMH Properties, UMH.com, the property we sold was 100 Banachet Circle, which is now they've renamed the street to 100 Citrus, C-I-T-R-U-S Circle, Orangeburg, South Carolina, 29115. And on their website, UMH.com, it's called Garden View Communities for those who'd like to go and check it out for themselves. And we also have a little drone footage showing just the infield, what we were able to do there. And also, as part of this production, we have the before pictures where you can see it with all the code violations. It was 6 weeks from being condemned to what it has become today, and the value of investing in underserved, overlooked assets that are in blighted areas. So we ensure the lives of our residents after, because we sell the affordable housing groups. We stay involved in the transition. We build legacies, not assets. We're not flippers. We're long-term holders of assets. This is March 30th, 2025. This is approximately going on 3 years after the sale of the property to UMH. I just left that community. By the way, I have my personal residence there. I bought a house from a lady, and so when I'm in town, that's where I can stay. The rents are still the same. They have not increased rents. They're true to their word as far as being an impact-oriented company.
Hi, Michael Zaias with ProActive Realty Income Fund. I'm partners with Dr. Van Williams. I'm the managing director. I'd like to tell you a little bit about us, who we are, what we're about. We like to find overlooked, undervalued properties, usually owned previously by a mom and pop that didn't put in the proper maintenance over time, and because of that, this deferred maintenance builds up, and it allows for a group like ours who's well capitalized to come in, buy at a discount, bring in new units, raise the standards across the property. Usually we try to find properties that have room for expansion, and our turnaround process is to bring old units out of the park, especially ones that can't be rented anymore, do cleanup, secure it, bring more lighting, and then bring new units into the park. We've got great relationships with all the dealers. We're a dealer ourselves, so we can bring in units at a discount to retail costs. So every time we're putting in $1, there's already baked in spread or value add into it. So we buy at a discount, we bring in units at a discount. Our basis is low compared to where it would be valued at if we got an appraisal. This allows us to get better financing and to ensure better outcomes for our investors. So we'd love to have you invest with us either under a note or equity in the fund. ask us about the different options that we have. Right now, we've got a number of different properties in our pipeline. Our network is stronger than ever. Unlike investing in apartments or some of these other more popular asset types, investing in mobile homes is a bit of a niche, and you really have to know the business, and we know it backwards and forwards and have become a real expert in the space. We've got great relationships with some of the end users. So there are funds and REITs out there that would love to own these types of properties, but they're not set up to do the turnaround. So we can get in, improve a property, turn it around, stabilize it, make it successful, and have a handful of go-to groups that will buy from us as soon as it's stable and cash flowing. People like to talk about buying with certain going in cap rates and exit cap rates. Sometimes the properties that we'll buy won't even have a going in cap rate because there might be negative cash flowing. While it does put some of strain initially on us as you're investing, eventually we get through that J curve and we pass on all that upside to our investors. Our model is one where we create a lot of alignment. All the first dollars go to investors. We don't start to participate until certain hurdle rates have been met, all for the benefit of doing more volume, rolling out this program in more states. Right now, we're in a handful of states and we'd like to grow our footprint, and we hope that you can be part of it. So thank you for trying us out. Give us a chance. We'd love to talk more about our opportunities.
Hi, I'm Kristew Clark, and I joined ProActive Realty and ProActive Funds as the Impact Manager in May of this year. What drew me to this organization and what continues to inspire me is the way this team brings lived experience to the table and truly lives into its values. That's not something you see everywhere, and it makes a real difference in how we show up for the people and the communities we serve. In my role, I work closely with both residents and staff to make sure our housing is not only stable and sustainable, but deeply rooted in belonging, dignity, and long-term impact. We're focused on outcomes, but always with people at the center. That means gathering continuous feedback, co-designing supports, and developing tools that help us measure, track, and improve what matters most. We're also aligning our work with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, especially 1, 5, 7, 10, and 11, so our impact reaches even further. Our vision is to help residents stay in their communities, build strong community partnerships, and support thriving neighborhoods across the country. And that's what I'm here to help make happen alongside an amazing team.
Hello, my name is Holander, and I'm the Investor Relations Director at ProActive Realty Group. Here I serve as the primary bridge between our multiple real estate social impact funds and our investment community. My main role centers on building and maintaining our relationships with institutional investors, family offices, and high net wealth individuals who share our vision in generating strong financial returns while creating positive social impact through real estate. Now, in leading investor communications, I build the collateral around our investment opportunities and clarify how each project addresses the various UN Sustainable Development Goals around housing, gender equality, community development, and environmental sustainability, just to name a few. Now, a key part of my responsibility involves fundraising for new projects and fund expansions, where I leverage my financial background to build the story around our numbers, particularly our market rate returns and measured social impact. This is to help ensure our investors understand not just the financial opportunity, but how their capital is creating lasting, positive change in the communities we serve at ProActive.
Hi, my name is Lee Sage. I have the privilege and honor today to talk about my experience of working with Dr. Canaan Van Williams and the ProActive Realty Income Fund. It's been remarkable to witness, what he has done with the fund over the past decade and a half, and helping communities and also helping provide above average returns for investors. I got involved several years ago through some friend of mine, and then kind of grew from there, and I've been able to help him along the way. I've had, I've even got my own family involved, a network of friends and associates involved in investing with Dr. Williams to help really drive that model that he's trying to achieve, nationwide and grow it as much as we can. He has a deep commitment to the service and community transformation, which is great and admirable, but it's also great to really see that he's been 100% on in returning investments to investors, along with above average returns. So that's been a great combination and something that he definitely prioritizes in everything he does every day. ProActive has emerged as a national leader in the affordable housing and social impact investment space. And through that refined and proprietary business model, the fund acquires and revitalizes value-added manufacturing and multifamily assets. It also transforms them into vibrant, award-winning communities. These projects improve lives, uplift entire neighborhoods, while consistently delivering above-market returns for investors. So it's a great win-win for both sides. As someone who's worked with him closely over the past several years and I've observed his leadership firsthand, I can confidently say that ProActive's ability to generate both social and financial value is almost unparalleled. The fund operates with integrity, discipline, and a deep understanding of the real estate landscape. Investors are not only contributing to a meaningful cause, they are participating in a model with a proven record of success, strong risk management, and solid performance-driven outcomes. Dr. Williams is truly a visionary that blends passion with precision. His ability to align his mission with measurable results makes ProActive one of those rare and compelling opportunities for any investor looking to do well while also doing good. I fully and enthusiastically endorse what Dr. Williams is doing here with ProActive, and will provide information to anybody that would like more feedback and history on his programs and his fund itself. Thanks for the time, and I appreciate you listening to me today.
Hi, my name is Bill Huston, and I was a real estate crowdfunding marketing strategy consultant. So for a long time, my world was about the numbers. It was about conversion rates, lead generation, the fast-paced, exciting world of real estate crowdfunding. My name, my reputation was all built on my ability to navigate the complexities of real estate crowdfunding. For accredited investors and for more grassroots community-focused Reg CF campaigns. I love the challenge of it, the puzzle of connecting capital with opportunity. My primary tool was LinkedIn. I spent my days building intricate networks, crafting what I thought were compelling messages about returns and property specs, and I was good at it. But if I'm being honest, there was a growing part of me that felt a disconnect. I was helping build portfolios, but I wasn't seeing the full story of what we were building. That all changed when I connected with Dr. Canaan Van Williams. That initial conversation with Dr. Van and the ProActive Realty Group team wasn't about cap rates or projected returns. We talked about people. We talked about dignity. We talked about transforming distressed properties not just into profitable assets, but into safe, vibrant, and affordable homes. For the first time, the why behind the investment was more powerful than the what. I knew right then that I couldn't go back. Just selling square footage, I had been part of the story. Working with them, I wasn't just a marketer anymore. I became a storyteller for community transformation. And the story kept evolving. As my collaboration with the ProActive team deepened, so did my purpose. I saw the incredible work they were doing, and I also saw the potential to do much more. This led me to the next chapter. Working with their nonprofit, the ProActive Impact Fund, it was a pivotal moment. The skills I had honed in persuasive communication were no longer aimed at marketing investments, but at securing the very lifeblood of our nonprofit work through grant writing and grant research. Now, instead of just A/B testing ad copy, I'm researching and writing grant proposals to fund after-school programs, literacy programs, job programs, health and wellness initiatives, right within the communities that ProActive serves. But it's not enough to just do good work. You have to prove it. That's why, alongside our incredible team, I'm helping to build our framework for impact measurement, management, and reporting. We're moving beyond anecdotes to hard data, meticulously tracking how our work improves lives, to show our partners and the communities themselves that their trust in us is well placed. My journey from a crowdfunding marketer to an impact strategist has taught me that the most valuable return on investment isn't always financial. It's the tangible well-being of a community. It's about aligning profit with deep and measurable purpose. My definition of success has changed. And frankly, I've never felt more successful. And with the ProActive Impact Fund, I feel like we're just getting started. If you're an investor looking for both profits and purpose, the ProActive Realty Group is the place for you to invest. Thank you.